Hello, dear DSC candidates. Welcome back to my Grammar for Success channel. I am Koresh Babu, a retired lecturer in English from Hyderabad. In today's video, I am going to explain the second part of grammar questions given in the 2024 TS DSC question paper. I am making this video only with a view to letting you know where actually you have gone wrong in the examination. So I request all of you to pay a very good attention to this video till the end without skipping it in the middle. I also request all of you to consider subscribing to my channel and also sharing this video with all your near and dear ones. Thank you so much. Now let's get into the video. Read the following passage from the Tempest. This time from Tempest one small passage is given. You have to read that passage and answer these two questions, 80th one, 81st one. Okay. And all thy vexations were but my trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. Here afore heaven I ratify this my rich gift. So here the meaning of this, vexations means hardships. Okay, all thy vexations were but my trials. They are only tests. All your problems are just like tests of love, and okay, they are all tests of love. Prema yokka parikshalavani. And thou hast strangely stood the best, means you have passed all the tests. ప్రేమలో అనేక కష్టాలు ఉంటాయి, ఆ కష్టాలు అనే టెస్ట్లో నువ్వు పాస్ అయ్యావు, రైట్? అండ్ బిఫోర్ హెవెన్ ఐ రాటిఫై, I promise that I am going to give you a rich gift. So this is the meaning of this small passage from Tempest. And who speaks these lines? Okay, and here Ferdinand no, Miranda no, Prospero is speaking this. Caliban is not. So only this Prospero speaks these lines. Okay, and you know that story very well. I don't want to go into the story and all that. Now you move on to 81st question. Whom are these lines addressed to, or who are these lines addressed to? Better in that way. Who are these lines addressed to is the right one. Whom are these lines addressed to? Okay, whatever it is. So Miranda, no. Ariel, no. Sycorax, no. Ferdinand, okay. So these lines are addressed to Ferdinando. These lines are spoken by Prospero. So therefore your answer is the fourth one. You know that very well. And another comprehension is given here. And read the following passage from the Tempest again. Answer the questions from 82 to 83. Okay. And here, you taught me language, and my profit on it is I know how to curse. Your profit on it is cut. I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language. So here, these are the lines taken from the Tempest. You know that very well. You taught me language, and it is of no use to me. Okay. Who speaks these words? Who is speaking these words? Okay. These are the words spoken by Caliban. In the Tempest, there is a character called Caliban. Caliban is speaking these words. He has learned some language, and what is the benefit of that language? He has nothing to do with that language except he is able to curse others. So that is there, cursing. I know only how to curse. After learning that language, I am able only to curse you. That is only there. That is only the advantage with this language, he says. Okay, these are the words spoken by this Caliban. Okay, your answer is the second one, not the first one, third one, fourth one. Right. You go to 83rd one. What is the profit that Caliban refers to in the given passage? What profit is in it? Something he says. What profit? You have taught me some language. What profit is in that? Except it is helpful to me in cursing you. నిన్ను శపించడములో నాకు సహాయపడడం తప్ప దానివల్ల ఏం లాభం ఉందయ్యా అని చెప్పి ఈ క్యాలిబాన్ అంటూ ఉండడం. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్, రైట్? బీయింగ్ ఏబుల్ టు బెగ్ ఇన్ ద యూరోపియన్ లాంగ్వేజ్, నో. బీయింగ్ ఏబుల్ టు ఆర్గ్యూ, నో. బీయింగ్ ఏబుల్ టు కర్స్, that is there. You can clearly see that. Therefore you can some hint is given about this answer, and therefore on seeing that hint you could easily identify this. Being able to curse in the Europeans language. Okay, being able to beg in his own language, right? So first one, second one, fourth one are wrong, only the third one is the right one. You move on to the 84th one. Which of the following terms best describes the genre of Gulliver's Travel? Genre means kind. Okay, what is the kind of this Gulliver's Travel? What are the options given here? Tragedy. So this Gulliver's Travels is not a tragedy. Tragedy means you know very well, right? And satire, it is a satire only. Okay, it's an irony, it's a satire. Okay, and satire you know very well. Gothic tale, it's not a Gothic tale, it's not a penny dreadful. Gothic tale means it is a kind of story which deals with mysterious and violent incidents. And penny dreadful means it is also a kind of story which deals with all adventurous and violent crimes. So this Gulliver's Travels is not a tragedy, not a Gothic tale, not a penny dreadful, it's only a satire. So the second one is your answer. And now we move on to 85th question. What causes the tensions between the Lilliputians and the Blue Fuscons? What causes the tensions? So the debate about how to break an egg. The very first one is the right one. The debate about how to kill Gulliver, no. The debate about weather, no. The debate about farming methods, no. So only the first one is your option. That is only the thing that causes tension between the Lilliputians and these Blue Fuscons. Okay. Now you go to the next question. 86th one is there. In animal form is the song Beasts of England. There are the following lines. Okay, in animal form, in the song Beasts of England, there are the following lines. What are the following lines? Now the day of beast is coming, tyrant man shall lose his throne, and the shining fields of England shall be trod by beasts alone. So these are the lines that you can find in the beast song that is there in the animal form, right? And now what is the question being posed on this? What do these lines signify? What do these lines signify? What do these lines signify? That the humans will become more tyrannical? No. And that the animals will become more tyrannical? No. And here that the humans will disappear and leave England to animals? This is the right one. That the animals will disappear and leave England to the humans? No. So this is only the right one. How? Let me give you the meaning of this. You can understand that. Now the day of beasts is coming. So very soon there is some bright future for the beasts, and a tyrant man shall lose his throne. That means cruel people will vanish from England, shall be trod by beasts alone. That means shall be ruled. Okay, that area will be ruled. This England will be ruled. Trod means here trampled. Trampled means ruled by beasts alone. Therefore, that the human beings will disappear and leave England to the animals. So this third one is only the right one. All other options are the wrong ones. If you can see the meaning, you can understand that. Now you move on to the next question. 87th question. Which of the following terms best describes the genre of animal farm? What is the genre of animal farm? Let us see that. Bildungsroman. So this is not that Bildungsroman. Bildungsroman means it is a novel which deals with the moral and the psychological growth of the main character of that novel, or the hero of that novel, right? So that is there, and that's called Bildungsroman novel, right? Picturesque novel means what? It's a kind of novel which evokes clear mental pictures. So that kind of novel is called picturesque novel. And allegory is there. What is this allegory? Allegory is nothing but a kind of novel or a story which deals with symbolic fictional figures, or you can also directly call it a symbolic representation, right? And a quest novel is there. What is this quest novel? This quest novel is nothing but a story which deals with adventurous journey. So this deals with an adventurous journey. This is a symbolic representation. This evokes vivid mental pictures. Bildungsroman means it deals with the moral and psychological growth of the main character of that novel. So here of these four, this animal form belongs only to this allegory, not to the Bildungsroman category or genre, picturesque novel genre, quest novel genre. This animal form belongs only to the allegory genre, right? So this third one is only your answer. And now you move on to 88th question. What are the images on the animal's flag in animal form? So what images can you find on the animal's flag in animal form? So let us see that. A hoof and a horn. So the very first one is the right one. A hoof and a horn means what? And let me give you the picture here. So this is the hoof. gurrapu gitta. This is called, there's hoof. And horn means what? These are called the horns. To show you these two things, I have included these two pictures. So this is a hoof, these are the horns. So a hoof and a horn can be found on the animal's flag in animal form. Okay, a hoof and a leaf, no. A horn and a tail, no. A horn and a branch, no. So second one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the first one is the right one. Now you move on to other questions. 89th question. For many critics, animal form is a commentary on. This animal form is what? A commentary on what? So monarchy. Monarchy means what? Yes, one man rule. One man rule is called monarchy, right? So that is not a commentary on monarchy. Democracy. Democracy means the people's government. Okay. And poverty, that's not a government at all. Poverty means, very well. And totalitarianism. Totalitarian means autocracy. Niyantrutvamu. And you can say dictatorship. So many critics say that this animal form is a commentary on the totalitarianism. That means on the autocracy or dictatorship, okay, of that area, of that government. Okay, right. And you go to the next question. After 20 years, at what moment does Jimmy recognize that the man in the doorway is a wanted criminal? When did this Jimmy Wells recognize that Bob as a criminal? So here, that is there. When Jimmy looks at a photograph, no. When Bob lights a cigarette, whenever in that doorway, what happens, he lights his cigarette. Whenever he lights that cigarette, in that match light, this Jimmy Wells, who is a police officer, will find his face, will see his face, and then he will recognize that this Bob is a wanted criminal. So that's why when Bob lights his cigarette, there's the right one. When another policeman comes, no. And when Bob shows Jimmy's old letters, no. So first one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the second one is the right one. Now let's move on to other questions. 91st question. Jimmy sends another policeman to arrest Bob because. Why did Jimmy send another policeman to arrest Bob? Means here you look at the options. Bob was a well-built man, no. Bob was known for being violent, no. Jimmy could not bear to arrest his friend. That is only the right one. Because Bob and Jimmy are very close friends. They decided to meet each other after 20 years, and after that they got separated. And after 20 years they are going to meet. They are very close friends. And this Jimmy now is a policeman, but this Bob is now a criminal or a wanted criminal. So this Jimmy could not arrest him looking at his friend's face and all that. So he could not do that. Therefore, he sent another policeman to do that job of arresting Bob. So that is the reason. And Jimmy could not bear to arrest his. No. Jimmy was too busy to arrest. No. So right. So first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only the third one is the right one. You go to the 92nd question. What is that? In the selfie giant, the only people happy to see the garden free of children were. Who are those? Spring and winter? No. Summer and winter? No. Snow and frost? These are only those people. Only the people. Spring and snow? No. So first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only the third one is the right one. Now you move on to 93rd question. What is the tone of the following sentences in the selfie giant? What is the tone of the following? After the 7 years were over, he had said all that he had to say, for his conversation was limited. So when you read this, this is a dialogue you can find in the story, The Selfie Giant. After the 7 years were over, he had said all that he had to say, for his conversation was limited. So what can you find this? What is the tone in this? Means it's not tragic, it is not bitter, but it's only ironic. It is not even surrealist. Okay, and you go to the next one. What was the most dominant season in the giant's garden? What are the options given? Summer is summer not, rainy not, autumn not. Only winter is the most dominant season. Therefore, first one, second one, third one are wrong. Only the fourth one is the right one. Now you move on to 95th one. Which day of the week does Swami dislike and why? Which day of the week does Swami dislike? Which day means Tuesdays, because he has to go to the market? No. Mondays, because he has to go to school. This is only the right one. That means, this Swami dislikes only these Mondays, because after Sunday, this Monday comes. After Sunday, during Sunday he plays and he will enjoy himself, and the very next day he has to go to school. That's why he dislikes all these Mondays. So that is that. And when Wednesdays, because he gets more homework at Sundays, because he has to spend the day at home. So here only the second one is only the right one. All others are the wrong ones. And you move on to the next question. What is that? 96th one. In Swami and Friends, what was Rajam's father's job? Rajam's father's job was a police superintendent, and you know that very well. School teacher? No. Headmaster? No. Policeman? Yes. Doctor. So the third one is your answer. You move on to other questions. What was Swami's nickname after he became friends with Rajam? So all these stories very well. I need not to dwell more on giving you the answers. You know the answers very well. So here the Swami's nickname is tail, okay, and not head, idiot, or show off or something like that. So this is the nickname given by Rajam to Swami. Okay, and now you go to the next question. How does the quick man you can find in the story The Conjurer's Revenge, that very well. So that was written by Stephen Leacock. So how does the quick man ruin the conjurer's show in Stephen Leacock's story? What did? By claiming that the conjurer has a secret assistant. No. So by claiming that the conjurer has things up in his sleeve. So every time when this conjurer was making some magic and he was doing some wonders with his magic, this quick man who was seated on the front row, that means immediately before the stage, he was saying to others, he has kept all the things under his sleeve and all that. He was in that way downplaying his tricks. The conjurer's tricks. He was downplaying the tricks of the conjurer, and in that way he was spoiling the show, and that's why. So here by claiming that the conjurer has things up his sleeve. Anni cheyi kinda pettukoni ala chestunnadani ala tricks annitni neergarchestaadu, downplay chestaadu. So here by running onto the stage, no. By walking out of the purpose, no. So first one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the second one is the right one. Okay. Now you move on to the 99th question. How would you describe the quick man's character as presented by Leacock? What is that? Cynical and rude. Cynical means who takes advantage of somebody's failure, and one who enjoys in spoiling the luck of others. One who enjoys by doing some harm to others. That's called cynical. So selfish. Cynical means, in other words, selfish. So cynical and rude. So the very first one is the right one. Cynical and polite, no. Trusting and rude, no. Trusting and polite, no. So only the first one is the right one. In E.V. Lucas' Face on the Wall, what is the third strange thing about the man's tale? That the millionaire died at the same moment the face on the wall disappeared. No. That the millionaire got married at the same moment the face on the wall appeared. No. That the storyteller had just made up or fabricated the story right then. This is only the right one. The storyteller has fabricated the story then and there itself. That is only what the third strange thing there. So that's a fabricated story. That the storyteller died as soon as he told the story. No. So here first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only one, the third one is the right one. 101st question. What is this 101st question? Which of the following words are common to the man's name and the location of his face in the storyteller's house? Okay. Yes. What are the options given here? Face and wall? No. Wall and London? No. Ormond and wall? That is only the answer. And London and wall. So here the man's name is Ormond and the location of his face is wall. Okay, and here this first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only the third one is the right one. Now you move on to the next question. What is the next question? What does Joan persuade Robert to give her in Shaw's play? You know very well about this Saint Joan, okay, written by George Bernard Shaw. Okay, and what does Joan persuade Robert to give her? what did Joan persuade Robert to give her means? Let us look at the options given. A horse and spear, no. A horse and a house, no. A horse and armor, right. A horse and a slave, no. So here this Joan persuaded Robert to give her only a horse and armor. So for that only this Joan requested Robert. Okay, right. You know very well about this Saint John written by George Bernard Shaw. Right. So first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only the third one is the right one. 103rd question. What is this 103rd question? What is there a suspicion around Joan, particularly in the minds of Warwick and Stogumber? Okay, what suspicion is there in the minds of these two persons means they believe she inspires the nation. No. Okay, no. And they believe she undermines the church in favor of the nation. Yes. They believe she undermines the nation in favor of the church. No. And they believe she supports their national enemies. No. So here the first one, third one, fourth one are absolutely wrong. Only the second one is the right one, because they believe that this Warwick and Stogumber believe that Joan is undermining the church in favor of the nation. They think that she is undermining. Undermining means weakening or enfeebling what? The church in favor of the nation. So that is what their suspicion about this Saint John. Right. And now you move on to 104th question. What is the 104th question? What final choice does Joan make at her inquisition? Okay, at what is her final choice what is the final choice of Joan at her inquisition? Inquisition means what? Inquisition is, no, it is beginning with a capital letter. So otherwise, inquisition means examination, the act of inquiring. Okay, if it is capitalized, that means that gives another meaning. What is that? The Roman Catholic tribunal. The Roman Catholic tribunal is called Inquisition. In this, the person is asked various questions and the punishment is fixed. So that's called Inquisition. Okay, it's a Roman Catholic tribunal. Tribunal, you know very well. It's a kind of court, right? And here, what is the final choice does Joan make at her inquisition? Means here, you pay attention. Exile. Exile is not the right one. Exile means banishment from the country. Okay, Desha Bahishkarana. Imprisonment. No, imprisonment means, very well, keeping the person in the prison, right? Execution. Execution is the right choice, right option, because this is only the final choice that Joan makes at her inquisition. This is only the choice. Okay, execution means what is that? Putting someone to death as a legal punishment. So her final choice is only this one at her inquisition. And servitude means, okay, this is also not the correct one. Servitude means slavery or servility. Okay, she did not ask for this. She did not ask for this. She did not ask for this. She only asked for execution at her inquisition. Okay, right. And therefore your answer choice is the third one, and all other options are wrong. Now let's move on to other questions. In which century is Shaw's play set? Okay. See, almost 4 questions are posed on this George Bernard Shaw's Saint John. So this story was set when? Let me tell you about this Saint John, a few important things. And this is John, okay, this John became a saint, in 1431, okay. And the canonization of this John took place in 1431, right? That means, this John was declared as a saint in 1431. So that means that is the 15th century. And you know very well, our George Bernard Shaw wrote this Saint John, this play in 1920, inspired by the canonization of this Joan of Arc. Okay, right. And this was performed in the theaters in 1923, and it was published in the form of books in 1925. 1924. Okay, written in 1920 and performed in the theaters in 1923, and it was published in 1924. And but the story took place in 1431, and that is, after 5 centuries, he wrote about this Saint John. That means, 1431 means that is nothing but 15th century. Okay, here in which century means the very first one is your answer. 16th wrong, 17th wrong, 18th wrong. Only the first one is the right one. Hope you know this very well. I need not tell you all these things. Right. You move on to the 106th question. What do the phenoms represent in Gulliver's Travels of Jonathan Swift? Okay, this, you have to pronounce this word like this. Phenoms. Okay, phenoms means what? They are the horses of some race. Horses of some special race. They are endowed with reason that is there. So these are the special kind of horses belonging to some special race. They are endowed with reason. So these are called phenoms. So in Telugu I can write here ha, okay, he, fi, ha good is the he, wa, phenoms. Okay. So phenoms is nothing but horses of special race endowed with reason. And what do these phenoms represent in Gulliver's Travels? They represent political cleverness? No. Reason and rationality? Yes. Clarity and virtue? No. Compassion and saintliness? No. So here first one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the second one is the right one. You move on to 107th question. What is this 107th question? What animal does Gulliver wish to become and why? What does he want to become? Okay, and why does he want to become so? So here a horse because it is rational. So this Gulliver wants to become a horse because, what is the reason for that? It is rational. It knows what is good and what is bad, and it is somewhat rational. Okay, it has got some rational thinking. It has got some common sense and all that. And here a race because it runs faster, no. And a goat because it eats plants, no. A goat because it gives milk, no. So therefore second one, third one, fourth one are absolutely wrong. Only the first one is your answer. Now you move on to the 108th question. In Wilde's means Oscar Wilde's, the selfish giant is there. The garden's fertility and beauty depend on. Okay, what do these gardens fertility and beauty depend on? Okay, and here options are given. Pleasant weather and rains? No. Children playing in the garden? Yes. Animals behaving like humans? No. Adults playing like children? No. So here the garden's fertility and beauty will depend only on children playing in the garden. So therefore the second choice is the right answer and all others are the wrong ones. Now let's move on to other questions. 109th question. What is this 109th? The Tempest. In the Tempest there are two types of servants. You know very well. Servants or savages. Okay, or slaves also you can say. There are two types of servants or savages or slaves. The passive one. The passive means the inactive one. Okay, the dull and inactive one, and the rebellious. Rebellious means what? The disobedient one. Okay, so these are the two servants mentioned in the drama, The Tempest. So who are they? That is the. They are respectively. That means in one by one. What is that? Who are the means? No. Here Caliban and Sycorax. No. Ariel and Sycorax. No. Ariel and Caliban. Yes. So this Ariel and Caliban. These are the two savages or servants or slaves mentioned in this Tempest. And this Ariel is what? Very passive. Passive means very inactive, very dull and all that. But here this Caliban is there, is very rebellious. Rebellious means very defiant. ఎదురుతిరిగేటి స్వభావం కలవాడు. He is very defiant, he is very disobedient and refractory. So that is the nature of this Caliban, and this is the nature of this Ariel. So your Caliban and Ferdinand, no. So here first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only the third one is your answer. Right. Now let's move on to the next question. 110th question. What is this? Whom does Jonathan Swift describe as follows in the Gulliver's Travels? Okay. Whom does he describe in the following way? Here you pay attention. Some passage he has given. The examiner has given you a passage, and after that some options are given. And let us first of all try to understand this passage, and afterwards let us look at the question and the options also given under that. Okay, here let me their undistinguishing appetite to devour everything that came in their way. Okay, so undistinguishing appetite. Though appetite means here hunger, you can say. Okay, undistinguishing means not differentiating. You cannot differentiate what is good and what is bad. Okay, undifferentiating appetite. Their hunger is very undifferentiating, and they want to devour everything that comes on their way. Everything that comes on their way. And here, whether herbs, they want to eat herbs, roots, berries. You see, there is no discrimination in eating that. Corrupted flesh. Corrupted means rotten flesh of animals. Rotten flesh of animals, all mingled together. They want to eat all mixed together. They want to eat herbs, roots, berries, rotten flesh of animals. All these things they want to eat, whatever that comes in their way. That means, that is called undistinguishing appetite. And it was peculiar in their temper. This is a strange temperament of these creatures, these persons. And they were fonder of what they could get by rapine and stealth. And here they were fonder. That means they are more interested in eating whatever they get by rapine. Rapine means what? By looting or plundering, or by getting it through stealth. To stealth means by secret. Okay, secretly getting something, and by plundering something they want to eat. That is there. No, they took more interest in that at a greater distance than much better food provided for them at home. And they are not interested in the much better food that is served to them at home, but they are very much interested, more interested in whatever they could get only by looting and plundering and by getting it secretly. So that is the nature of these people. They have undistinguishing appetite. Who are these people who are described in this way? That is the question. And here you pay attention. Whom does Jonathan Swift describe? The English? No. The Yahoos? Yes. These are only the Yahoos. The people called Yahoos. The Lilliputians? No. The Brobdimnacs? No. So here the English, the first one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the second one is the right option, right answer. Now let's move on to other questions. 111th question. What, according to Rabindranath Tagore, ought to be the origin of words in the poem where the mind is without fear? So this is a beautiful question. And origin means source. Okay. What should be the source of your words? Okay. What should be the source of your words? If you have listened to the poem, you could easily answer this question. And you know very well, origin of words, compassion, no, religion, no, truth, and not data. So here, first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only truth is the right one. That one is the, because Rabindranath Tagore says you must speak from your heart, truthfully, sincerely. As far as possible, you must be truthful. You must speak only the truth. Okay, your words must come from truth, from your heart. So that's why the origin of words according to Rabindranath Tagore is truth. So therefore your answer is the third one. And let's go to the next question. 112th question. What is routine and habit compared with in where the mind is without fear? Routine, habit compared with what? Blind traditions and outdated practice. About this thing I taught you in this poem. Okay, and here you pay attention. A dreary desert. The very first one is the right one. In the poem, the poet Rabindranath Tagore uses this phrase, a dreary desert. So to mention the routine and habit. The routine and habit means blinded traditions and outdated practices. Therefore, this first one is the right one, and an oasis, no, a clear stream, no, a clear sky, no. So therefore, your answer is the first one. Now you move on to 113th question. How do the peasants try to remove the poison from the mother's blood in the night of the scorpion? In that poem, how did the peasants try to normalize or neutralize the poison from the body of this mother? So you know that very well. By applied medicines? No. By praying to God? Yes. By injecting medicines? No. By cauterizing? No. So just like that. That's it. So by praying to God only, they wanted to neutralize the poison in the body of that mother. So first one, third one, fourth one are wrong, and only the second one is the right one. Okay, you go to the next question. 114th question. How does the poet describe the father's desperation to save his wife in The Night of the Scorpion? How does the father of this Nissim Ezekiel try to neutralize the poison of the scorpion in his mother's? He takes her to a hospital? No. He employs both medicine and faith? Yes. He refuses medication? No. He sends the children away? No. So first one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only he employs both medicine and faith. Therefore your answer is the second one. Okay. And now let's move on to 115th question. What is this? In the earthen goblet, who is the speaker? Who is the speaker? And here you see, the flower is not the speaker, the potter is not the speaker, the buyer is not the speaker. Only the pot itself is the speaker in this poem. Therefore, your answer is the fourth one. Very simple, very easy. And you go to the next question, 116th question. In the earthen goblet, what is the relationship between the mud and the flower? The mud means here clay, bankamannu or something, some soil, because the goblet is made of that clay. ఆ బంకమన్తోనే goblet తయారు చేస్తారు. So here that mud or clay, whatever you can say, what is the relationship between this mud and flower? Means here you know very well, the mud swallows the flower in friendship? No. The flower breaks away from the mud in anger? No. The flower withers away due to the mud's effect? No. The flower's root is embedded in the mud. You know very well, the flower's root means the plant of that flower is rooted in the mud. Therefore, this mud and this flower, okay, are just related to each other, and there is some deep friendship between them. There is some deep love between them, okay, and therefore the flower's root is embedded, okay, buried in the mud in friendship. So here the relationship between this mud and the flower is only friendship, okay, friendship, right? So that is there, and therefore first one, second one, third one are wrong. Only the fourth one is the right one. And now you move on to 117th question. In palanquin bearers, okay, the woman is metaphorized as a flower and later a star. Okay, she is described as a flower, okay, as a star, twinkling star, very well. In the context of what? In the context of the palanquin bearer song? No. The woman's tears? No. The audience smiles? No. The woman's smiles. So only the woman's who is being carried in the palanquin, the smiles of that woman were metaphorized as flower and star, okay, and therefore first one, second one, third one are wrong. Only the fourth one is your answer, right? You go to the next question, 118th one. What is Robert Frost's message to travelers in the road not taken? What is the message this poet Robert Frost is conveying through his poem? Here let us see that. That one must always take established paths. No, that's not the right one. You should not take only the established paths. Okay, that established paths are easy to use. No, that one need not always take established paths. Yes, this is only that. You need not take always only the established path. That means the worn out path. That means the path on which people go here and there, or the path that is used by the people. Okay, it is not that one need not always take only the established paths. So that is only the right one. That one needs company on any path taken. So here first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only the third one is the right option. Okay, that one need not always take established paths. Okay, and now you move on to 119th question. What does Frost mean by these lines? What are the lines given here? Let us look at those lines. Knowing how way leads on to way, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. So these are the two lines of the poem, The Road Not Taken. And what is the meaning of these two lines? Here, that every road is a dead end. No, that every road is a dead end means every road doesn't have any dead end. It will go to some other road. It will join another road. That every road leads to another road. The very second one is the right option, right answer. That no road leads anywhere. No, that no road should be taken. Wrong. So first one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the second one is the right one. Okay, and now you go to the last question of this second video, right? And now let's go to that 120th question. Which of the following describes the expression on the face of the sculpture in P.B. Shelley's Ozymandias? You know very well, there is the statue of Ozymandias. About this poem also I have taught you, right? And on the face of that Ozymandias, on the statue of this Ozymandias, what can you find? What expression is there? What expression is there? Here options are given: arrogance, full of pride, full of arrogance. Okay, you can find only that. So the very first one is the right answer. And compassion is not there on his face, love is not on his face, devotion is not on his face, only this arrogance is there. Therefore second one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the first one is your answer. So with this second part of this video will come to an end. Okay. Hello dear DSC candidates, thank you so much for watching this video. This is the second part of the question paper, because I have divided all the 120 bits into 3 parts. Okay, part 1 video dealing with 40 bits, part 2 video dealing with 40 bits, and part 3 video is also there. It is also going to deal with 40 more questions. So in this way, these 120 questions are divided into 3 parts for my convenience, for your convenience also, because you know, if I explain all these 120 questions in one video, it will become very lengthy. You don't like to watch it, and therefore I did not like you to undergo some kind of trouble. That's why I have divided this question paper into 3 parts: part 1, part 2, part 3, and therefore this is the second part of the video. The third part is also going to be uploaded tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and please express your opinion about this video in the comments. Okay, thank you so much, and with the third part of the video I shall be back to you. Until then, bye, see all of you.